What's going on, everybody? Charles McCutcheon here. I'm your favorite entrepreneur. I'm just going to drop a little bit of information on you. So check this out. I know everybody send me deals and stuff like that, and they think it's going to be very easy. You know, it's like, hey, what do you think about this deal? And I can only give you a snapshot of what I think about it. And I'm only going to take the numbers of what you give me to see how many doors. And I'm talking commercial here. Well, residential too. I can do residential quicker. But commercial, it takes a little bit more insight and forethought and numbers involved with it. So if you give me a deal, I'm going to look at like how much they're asking for it and how many doors it is, do some quick math, and then come up with my per door. And then that's going to let me know if I'm in the ballpark, and then I want to know what area it's in. Y'all may hear some vacuuming and stuff. I'm in a hotel right now. They may be vacuuming or what have you. The ladies cleaning and stuff like that. So the deal, it breaks down into numbers. And numbers, you know, I ask people, you know, do you have the T12? Do you have the rent roll? But I truly don't have time to sit there and go through everybody's T12, everybody's rent roll and the expenses. And I can't do all that. I truly can't. I mean, it's time consuming if you're really going to look at all the numbers. And that's just me speaking. Somebody else may do it by all means, but I have other stuff on my plate. I can look at the initial and look at the cap rate and stuff like that, the cash flow coming in and out. That may take some time to figure out if that number is the right number and what you should pay for it. So it comes down to, I mean, little numbers like who's taking the trash out. I mean, are they paying the electricity? Who's paying the electricity? Is the owner or is the people staying there? You know, and all that comes into play to figure out the real numbers. So I don't want to shortchange people and say, yeah, it's a good deal, because anybody who does that and they don't have all the numbers, they're not giving you the real information. Just let you know. So I look at the different numbers and I look at the rent roll, meaning what rents are being paid and how much are being paid. And if there's, like you can see on this little thing right here, this is some information I received, but this is a gap, meaning that somebody doesn't live there, so it affects the numbers. And this is another gap, and this is another, it's like 3 empty apartments. And this affects the rent roll really, and it affects the numbers, the bottom line numbers. So you have to paint a picture with the numbers that you receive. So I take up all the numbers and look at how much is coming in per month. And then I look at how much is coming in per year. But then I do add in, you know, the numbers of what it would be. And then that gives me my future understanding of, okay, if all of them were rented, how much money will be coming in? So I have to use those numbers. The other thing is expenses. Usually when you get information from brokers or anybody else on the expenses, they leave out a lot of stuff. So you got to kind of paint the picture again. So if you don't know, you're guessing at a lot of stuff, but you can get the industry standards of what's going on in the industry and what it should be. And when I say industry standards, you can look at, like there should be certain, well, I don't do this with taxes. With taxes, I get the numbers, and with insurance, I get the right numbers. But with like management, you can look at the different management companies that you want to work with. You may go through a few. Payroll, who's getting paid? How are they marketing? How much is that? What's that number? So I need all those numbers. I need the repairs. I need the maintenance. So you need all those numbers so you can make an informed decision on, you know, what you want to offer. And they can have their price. I don't really care what people want for the property. The numbers are going to tell the story. I'm not emotionally tied to any of these properties. I look at the total expenses and see how they add up to like the cost of what they want me to pay for, or the cost of the rents that's coming in. So I look at that, and that tells me a story. And so you have the annual income, you have the expenses, and then you have your NOI. The NOI tells you a story. The asking price is going to tell you a story. What is the cap rate? How do you manipulate the cap rate? You have to know what numbers to come up and come down on so you can get a favorable cap rate. What cap rate are you going for? I don't know. You have to look at your industry as well. Some want double digits. Some say 6% is good. Some 8%. I don't know. And if you have investors, that's another thing you have to go and look at. So I would say understand the numbers, understand the terminology of doing this business. And I don't want to sugarcoat it for people to say, you know, it's easy. All you do is got to do this. And some people, they have deals, but they don't know they have deals because they don't understand the numbers. And some people are trying to guess at the numbers, and then they're going to pay. Shoot, you can pay $100, $200, $300,000 over what you need to pay, and it's because you don't understand the math behind doing commercial. And that's residential as well, but this is particularly commercial. But I mean, it's more of just working numbers, and that's the best thing you can do is to continue to work, and then you looking at it differently than other people, and then it becomes to me it don't become second nature. It's just every deal is just different. So I just wanted to put that out there to let y'all see it. Charles McCutcheon, I'm your favorite entrepreneur. Y'all take it easy.